Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, beautiful people. Hello, 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 hello. Thank you all for joining me here, beautiful people. This is your island boss lady, Shelia, at Straight Talk with Shelia. I'm so glad that you're able to join me today. I'm excited. Today, we're going to talk about something that we all face. We all face that R word, y'all. That rejection. I get it. I get it. Maybe this was a job that you wanted, you knew you were qualified for. You were told that you're going to get this promotion. All the stars were aligned, at least so you thought, and it didn't happen. Yeah, it's a gut punch. I get it. I get it. That disappointment. I get it. So this is why I wanted to talk about it today, because I've had 3 clients this week that was going through something like that. They got rejected. And I'm going to share little bits of their experience with you as we go. It could also be a person that didn't choose you. You weren't chosen. And that's like a gut punch for you. That's a disappointment. I get it. You feel rejected because that person didn't choose you. It could also be a door that you knew was going to be open. This door was going to be opened. And instead, it remained closed. Yeah, that's disappointment. That's rejection. And I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. This is why I want to help you today to manage how you deal with rejection. I had to learn that. And I want to share with you a few things that I had to learn to do. And this is why today, this is the topic I'm talking about. Rejection isn't the end, it's redirection. Believe me, it is. You may not see it now, you may not feel it right now, but by the end of this talk, I want you to put in the comments to communicate with me that, Coach, I see it. I see the redirection. But before I jump into it, I just want to share a little bit about me if you don't know who I am. I am Shelia Malcolm, and I'm the CEO of Look Within Life Coaching. And the CEO for me is Compassionate Empowerment Officer. And in this space, my clients will tell you about the experience that they have with me. I lead with compassion and I also lead with empowerment. I'm also an ICF certified coach. I'm a best-selling author of the book Free Me From Me, Chains Were Meant to Be Broken. And there's some chains that I had to break off of my life. And in the space of coaching, I help you to break those chains. I help you to find the hammer that you can use to hit at that chain or those chains and break them. I'm also a keynote speaker, and I'll share with you towards the end as to ways that we can partner, as to ways that you and I can get the best out of our relationship together. So if you're on board, stay tuned. The other thing that I wanted to also share with you, that I've spent some time in the Toastmaster space. And that was when this girl from Jamaica with a thick accent knew she had a voice and knew she had something to say, but she struggled. So I had to find a space to help me. And I want to tell you, it's there to help you too. We can talk about that a little bit later if you have questions around it. I used to live in Florida many years ago. And when I was in Florida, my business was recognized by Jacksonville Business Journal for outstanding service by a small business. And I love the opportunity to showcase what I do. And I'm showcasing it here. And so that we want to make sure that you have the help that you need so that you can thrive. So let's answer the question, or the statement rather. Rejection isn't the end, it's redirection. What if I were to tell you that the rejection that you're feeling now is not a setback? It's a setup for something greater. That's something that I found out along the way when I did the hard work and sat with myself in self-reflection and look at the things that didn't go well. Look at the things that I was rejected in, and look at the stories that I was telling myself. And then I had an aha moment in realizing what I had left over, and shifting the story that I was telling myself. So let's talk about it. Let's turn rejection into redirection. Let's see how this can happen. And the first thing to do in order to shift from rejection to redirection, you've got to change your mindset. Studies have shown that over 80% of success shows that your success has nothing to do with your talent or your resources. It has to do with how you and I think. And it's so important that we know how important that is, how we think. And I really need you to get present with that today, because your mindset will determine how you show up in life. It will determine how you face challenges. It will determine how you look at opportunities and how you talk to yourself. The woman in the mirror, the man in the mirror. If you're struggling with rejection, I'm so glad you stopped here today. And by the end, I want to make sure that you know you're not alone. You know that you have help. You know that there are resources for you out there. Because the right mindset is going to determine whether you stay in survival mode or whether you thrive. And I want to help you to thrive. I really do. How many of you know that you've got to think about what you're thinking about? I tell people all the time that it's important that you have thinking time in your calendar where you're intentionally sitting down and having quiet moments. Could be 5 minutes, could be 10 minutes, but sitting down and being still to hear your thoughts, because your mindset matters. It's important. So as we think about the big idea around rejection, rejection doesn't mean you're not enough. And I want to pause there for a minute. When you hear the saying coming up, I'm not enough. I used to hear that many years ago until I understood that that was a story that I was telling myself. Is your not enough story coming from the inner critic, the inner chatter that's trying to defeat you, that is trying to steal from you? It's so important that you tap into that voice and know that you have control over that voice. You can decide to interrupt it, because your not enough story is not from what someone says about you. Yes, someone could say it, but if you don't believe that about yourself, it's not going to impact you in that way. So it's important that you check how you think about yourself, that you check the noise, the chatter that's coming up, that's telling you, that voice that's saying you're not enough, sir. You're not enough, ma'am. You have the power to redirect that sound, those voices that's saying you're not enough. Because oftentimes we miss the opportunity to redirect ourselves towards something better. That not enough story is not truth. It's not truth. It's the power of what you add to that voice that you're hearing. So the first point that I want you to get present to is rejection is not about your worth. Hear me and hear me well. If you are feeling less than, this is your voice that you are telling yourself this thing. This is the story you're telling yourself. You can change that story. And this is what I had to do for myself. And this is what I offer to you. I can help you to reframe your mind and retrain your mind and tell yourself new and empowering story. To teach yourself how to be compassionate with you. Because how many of you know the way you talk to yourself is the way you should talk to yourself, like as if you talk to a good friend? Would you tell your good friend that you're stupid, you're not enough, you're no good? You would never tell yourself, your friend that. So why are you telling yourself that? Treat yourself as you would to a good friend. As a matter of fact, treat yourself as you would to your best friend. Because how many of you would say to your best friend, come on, girl, come take a seat right here, or come on, whoever is your best friend, could be male or female. Sit down, come sit next to me, and let me tell you what I see in you. And you'll help them, because how many of you know when you're in the frame, you can't see the picture? So when those negative self-talk come up, when those negative inner chatter come up, you have the power to say, come on, sit down, let me talk to you. Get in the mirror and have a mirror experience with yourself and tell yourself that you're worthy, that you're strong, you're capable, you're joyful, you're loving, you're bold, you're courageous. It matters what you tell yourself. And your self worth is not tied to your rejection. Because someone says no doesn't mean you're not enough. It is time for you to change your story. Your not enough story is not coming from outside, it's coming from within. And how many of you know your power is on the inside? And you have the power to change that story. You have the power to rewrite your story. When that not enough story come up, you can tell yourself that because this person didn't choose me, because I didn't get that job, you can say, it's possible that this opportunity was not a good fit. Someone type it in a comment. It's possible that this opportunity was not a good fit. It matters what you tell yourself. It's time for us to tell ourselves a new story about rejection. Rejection did not show up in your life to defeat you. It showed up in your life to redirect you, to show you that there's another way, to show you that there's another opportunity, to show you to stop asking why questions and ask what's next. For many of you, if you have not yet sat with me on my coaching campus, this is something that I help my clients to understand, that we are all leaders. Here's why. Whether you're leading in a group, leading in an organization, or leading a team, if you can't lead you first, you shouldn't be leading anybody. You shouldn't be leading anybody. But if you're leading yourself well, as my coach reminds me all the time, great leaders ask great questions. So if you own your power, that you are a leader and you are leading your life, you won't ask why me. You will empower yourself and ask what's next. And in the what's next, you're asking yourself, what can I learn from this experience? That's what you're asking yourself. Because that's how the next is going to come about. You're going to draw the lesson from the experience and add it to the next opportunity that is up ahead of you. Point number 2, rejection builds resilience. And I love this one. But how many of you know resilience is part of my DNA? And if it's part of your DNA, I want you to put it in the comments and engage with me. I'm going to look at the comments once I'm done. Resilience is part of my DNA. So your rejection builds your resilience. And I shared this the other day. When I went through my divorce, I had to retrain my mind how to think about divorce differently. I had to give this negative gut punching experience a different viewpoint, a more empowering feeling. So what I did, I scripted out, what does divorce mean? And for the D, it reminded me, it told me, because I asked myself, what positive thing can I get out of this negative experience? The D says I need to be more decisive. I need to be determined, and I need to develop myself. I need to develop my skills. Yeah. I had to sit with it and answer the question of what can I learn from this negative experience? So divorce may not be your thing, but maybe it's disappointment. Maybe it's hurt. Maybe it's rejection. Create a new word for rejection that's empowering for you. And the I for me reminded me to tap into my integrity and to ignite my life. And the V reminded me to be victorious, in everything I do. Look towards victory. And the O reminded me to stay optimistic, to stay optimistic. And the R said, Shelia, you have to recover, girl. You have to be resilient. You got to recover. I had to talk to myself. And how many of you are having healthy, positive conversation with yourself? Because what you say to yourself matters. What you say to you, my sister, what you say to you, my brother, matters. And the C I had to say to myself, hey, girl, you got to get courage. I had to find my courageousness down on the inside of me and conquer the noise, the negative chatter that was taking over. And the E reminded me to evolve, reminded me to evolve and to find my energy. This is why when I come to you in this space, I bring it on with energy. And I need you to find a definition for that thing that's stealing from you, that thing that's robbing you. Rejection is redirection if you can think about it differently. And if you struggle, that's where I come in as your coach to walk you through that process. So every no will help you to get stronger, will help you to sharpen your skill and prepare you for your next yes. Rejection also help you build your mental fitness. Your mental fitness help you to bounce back better, faster, bolder, quicker. And the third point that I want you to take from our talk today and our time together is rejection redirects you to alignment. We've all got to be aligned. If you are not aligned with your company, if your core values are not aligned with your company's vision and their mission, you're going to feel that I don't belong here. Something is not right. Something is off. If you're not aligned with the job that you're doing, you're not going to show up with power. You're not going to be motivated for work. If you're not aligned in that relationship that you're in, you're going to have friction. Because sometimes sometimes rejection will push you towards your real purpose. It will push you towards that open door. It will push you and let you know that rejection is a compass and it's pointing you towards your alignment. And that's my share today, is to help you to know that rejection is information. Rejection will take you to your next opportunity, and it's redirection. Here's how we can work together, and you can elevate your growth mindset, because rejection going to redirection is in the area of your growth mindset. There are only two mindsets, like I talked about last week, and you can look at that video, elevate your mindset. If you're living in a growth mindset, you will see rejection as redirection. And if you struggle, that's where I come in. You can join me in one-to-one coaching. And I also have that in either 8-week sessions or 12-week session. I could also do a group coaching with you, with a group of your friends, group of leaders in your company, in your organization, in your family setting. If you're thinking about changing how you face 2026 and you want something different, I could also be a keynote speaker at your events, at your retreats, at your events at church, school, or anything in your work that you know people are struggling with mindset. In right now, things are happening so fast and so quick that people are struggling with keeping the right mindset when they're under stress. Here are a handful of comments and feedback and testimonials that I've gotten from some of my trusted clients. And you can find some more if you go to Google reviews on my business, Look Within Life Coaching LLC, and hear what they're saying. And I want you to know that you're not alone. I'm here for you, my brother. I'm here for you. I want to work with you. I want you to know that it is possible for you to go from rejection to redirection. I would love for you to help me to grow my channel, my YouTube channel, and my Instagram. I want you to hover your camera over and subscribe and help me spread the word. The other thing that I also want to invite you to do is to purchase my book. It is on Amazon. If you hover over the QR code, you will get a link and you can go ahead and purchase it there. If you're in the Atlanta area, if you go to the Madu bookstore, my books are also there. They have an autograph, and you can reach out to me and let me know how we can work together. And here are some ways that you can continue to connect. You can give me a call, you can send me an email, or you can book a 15-minute free coaching session so that we can see if we're a good fit, and I can help you to change the way you look at things. So the things you look at will change, and you can turn your rejection into redirection so you can move from surviving to thriving. I want to thank you so much for showing up for you today. I so appreciate you. Spread the word and let's do this together. You are not alone and you have the power within to turn things around. So, that job that you didn't get, that relationship that fizzled, and that opportunity that you knew you were fit for and it didn't work out, I want you to know there are lessons in that space. And if you're looking for someone to help you to think it through and create a new experience, let me join you on your journey. I love you and I thank you for being here with me today. Have a great day and may God bless you. Bye bye.